Hi, welcome to Divine Great Goddess channel. In this video, you're going to find a tarot reading for Halloween. This overall subject is about the shadow side and working with the shadow side, as a lot of us are doing at this time, and overcoming any challenges, advice on how to move through it a little easier. So I hope you enjoy it, and happy Halloween. Hello, collective. So I wasn't really planning on doing this reading, but I was feeling guided to do this, and I think it's going to be a little bit unusual. It's a Halloween tarot reading, and it's not going to be anything traditional for sure, although I don't tend to be a follower anyway, so I don't necessarily follow the normal kind of things that normal people would. Anyway, I have pre-shuffled my cards and done my prayers and prepped, and we're just going to get into it. So I'm asking what would be the most beneficial for the collective in knowing what it is the collective needs to know at this time about shadow work for this journey to ascension, to assist them in aligning with the souls, their souls, and being the highest potential they can be. What are the challenges and what advice or overcoming these energies do you have? For what advice to overcome? So thank you for using me as a divine channel for the collective to bring forth information that is most needed at this time. What I'm getting is to start with the Carolyn Mace archetype cards that addresses shadow sides. So I don't know how many we're going to get. They told me just to start and go with the flow. All right, I'm taking that one. So what would be the most beneficial for the collective to know about their shadow sides at this time in the ascension journey to assist them in allowing them to align with their souls and being in their highest potentials? Do we have any more than the two? Okay, so I've gotten 4. Is this all we need, or do we need more? This is all we need. Okay. So we've got the Messiah, the gossip, the fool, and the teacher. So we're going to start with the Messiah. That's the first one that came out. So the Messiah, the light attribute is serving humanity with humility. And the shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which cause can succeed. Which basically says to me, ego. see what the book has to say. Associated with embodiment of divine power and a mission to save humanity, tends to become obsessed with spiritual purpose, convinced that God needs him or her to do something. The shadow of the Messiah is convinced of his divine mission and becomes obsessed to the point of psychosis, like Jim Jones and Charles Manson. Look for a long-term desire to save people, especially in large numbers, with the possibility of self-delusion in this regard. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, the second one would be gossip. So the gossip card, the light attribute, awakens consideration for the feeling of others, honoring trust. And the shadow attributes, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Gossip. Associated with rumor spreading, backbiting, and passing along information that's exaggerated, harmful, and intended to disempower. Thrives on the power generated by passing on secrets or private news. Connected to lessons of truth, integrity, and honoring the truth another has placed in you. The shadow gossip manifests as passing along misleading information and creating damaging rumors. Assess how many of your life lessons have emerged from participating in gossip that has harmed another, or from rating a relationship by whether a person is willing to share secrets with you. Okay. I think these are pretty self-explanatory. The Fool is next. And the light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotions, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. And the shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Wearing a mask. Okay, the Fool. The court jester, the clown, the dumbling, embodies ability to communicate profound messages through humor. Represents what people would like to do or say themselves. Often wears a mask that covers one's real emotions. Generally male. Dumbling doesn't so much impart wisdom as kindness and simplicity. Shadow clown or fool manifests as cruel, personally, mockery, or betrayal. So that's the shadow side. Consider your use of humor in association with power, especially in a way that's fundamental to your personal protection and survival. Okay. And then the last one we have is the Teacher. The Teacher. And the light attribute, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Communicates knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. May manifest through parental guidance in business or the arts, or by inspired instruction in ethics or kindness. The shadow teacher manifests as a desire to manipulate or abuse, to be more concerned with recognition than with imparting knowledge, or to teach negative traits and destructive skills. So ask yourself if others look to you as a teacher in any situation, to impart the richness of your experience, or to show them the ropes. So I'm going to go back to each one of these and just read again where to look in your life. So the Messiah, look for long-term desire to save people, especially in large numbers, with the possibility of self-delusion in this regard. So look into your life, back in your experiences, where you have made it a mission to save people. It may have seemed from the goodness of your heart. I know I've had to look at this myself. But look at where this has stopped you from looking at yourself. And also look at where in doing this you have held judgments that other people needed to do things the way you thought it should be done, even if it was coming from your heart in the best place, which didn't allow them the freedom to be who they are in their process, because you thought it should be done differently. As parents, we do that a lot with our children. Then gossip. Assess how many of your life lessons have emerged from participating in gossip that has harmed another, or from rating a relationship by whether a person is willing to share secrets with you. So, how many times have we gone to other people and shared our story, which involved other people, which is also gossip? When did we find ourselves in a place of victim mode where somebody did this to me or somebody did that to me, and it comes out disparaging about the other person? I'm not saying in certain circumstances, especially like counseling or therapy of some kind, where it's not appropriate to discuss what a situation was, in looking at your own role in it. That's the thing. If you're talking about a situation, are you talking about it to put the other person down, to make yourself walk in a higher place, look better? Or are you discussing it to say, can you give me some advice on how maybe I could have handled this better? There's a real big difference there. Where's your intention? What is your intention for having this discussion about any situation that's happened in your life. That's the difference between gossip and discussing it with someone to help get insight on yourself. The Fool. Consider your own use of humor in association with power, especially in a way that's fundamental to your personal protection and survival. I can think of a lot of instances where people have used humor to put me down. It doesn't feel good, and it's purposeful. And they'll come back and they'll say, "Oh, I was just joking." But there's truth in what they say. On the lighter side of that, laughing at ourselves, laughing at the things that we don't view as being perfect, being lighthearted about it, is not a bad thing. But you have to ask yourself, am I wearing a mask at any time on either of these situations? Am I wearing a mask that isn't letting me be the true, authentic self and letting me express how I really feel? And expressing how we really feel does not have to be unkind. We can still be kind in expressing when we're angry or upset or feel like someone let us down. There are kind ways to relay that message to people. And being more authentic is the highest potential you can take, you can be. And the Teacher. Ask yourself if others look to you as a teacher in any situation, to impart the richness of your experience or to show them the ropes. I think that's giving us a message to look at. I think it ties into all of these other things. To represent ourselves in the most authentic, genuine way that has the highest potential of intentions to express ourselves in the world. How can we go wrong when we're being our true selves and not hiding behind masks and not hiding behind falsehoods or vengefulness or something that can hurt or betray another? And by being that authentic self, even when it's uncomfortable, even when we are angry or upset with someone, but we find a kind way to let them know that that didn't feel good, what we feel was inappropriate that they did. And embodying that and being our true authentic selves teaches others by example. Okay, now I'm also feeling like to help us to move through and embody these light attributes that some angel medicine cards would be beneficial. So I think they're wanting to give us a few of these. I don't feel like it's necessarily one for each, but we'll see. So thank you for using me as divine channel for the collective to bring forth information that is most needed at this time. And what kind of animal medicine can we bring in to assist us to reach the light attributes and look at and let go of the shadow attributes. Okay, is this going to be all of them? Okay, I'm feeling that this is it. So I got 3 of them, I think. Yep. One on the floor. We have the beaver. We have the prairie dog. And we have the raven. Okay. So the beaver, number 22. And I opened my book right to the prairie dog. Maybe I'm supposed to read the prairie dog first. Interesting. Let's do the prairie dog first. My page opened right to it. Prairie dog calls me when it's time to rest. When it's time to honor the internal quest, I go into retreat so I may see a way to replenish the potential in me. I'm going to read a little more. Prairie dog medicine teaches that strength and inspiration can be found by retreating into the stillness that quiets the mind. The strength of this medicine card is also known when and how to replenish your life force. Prairie dog medicine people tend to seek self-empowerment in silence and inactivity, where they can access dreams and visions without the intrusion of the worldly chaos. When they re-enter the world, they are profound and powerful anchors of calm resolve amid life's storms. The medicine of the prairie dog is applicable to all the Marmot tribe, which include the ground squirrel clan, the gopher clan, the woodchuck clan, and the groundhog clan. Just as Native American warriors knew when to charge forward and when to become invisible, the Marmot tribe knows how and when to retreat. The prairie dog runs for the tunnels when a predator is on its trail. In the winter, it conserves energy by hibernating during the scarce time of the cold moons. If the prairie dog has surfaced in your card today, it may be a warning that your body's fuel gauge is running low. You might need a day of silence or retreat from regular activities before you become too exhausted to carry on. Have you put your basic needs at the bottom of the to-do list? Burning the candle at both ends may weaken the punch you can normally pack when tackling the tasks at hand. Take a much-needed break before you crash and burn. Prairie dog teaches you that in order to access gifts of inspiration and renewal, you must be at a place within yourself and rested enough to recognize the blessings being offered. Nice. So I would say meditation would be a very good exercise at this time. And then 22, the beaver. Beaver, teach me to build my dreams, including others too. One mind, one thought, hearts as one, lessons learned from you. Beaver is a doer in the animal kingdom. Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy and incorporates a strong sense of family and home. If you were looking at the dams that block woodland streams, you would find several entrances and exits. In building its home, beaver always leaves itself many alternative escape routes. This practice is a lesson to all of us not to paint ourselves into corners. If we eliminate our alternatives, we dam the flow of experience in our lives. A doer is characterized by industriousness, and beaver knows the limitation cancels productivity. Beaver is armed with very sharp teeth that are capable of felling whole trees. Imagine what those teeth could do to the limbs of predators. From the rear, beaver is armed with a paddle-like tail that aids in swimming as well as guarding itself behind. This tiny mammal is well equipped to protect its creation. To understand beaver medicine, you might take a look at the power of working and attaining a sense of achievement. In building a dream, teamwork is necessary. To accomplish a goal with others involves working with the group mind. Group mind constitutes harmony of a higher order, without individual egos getting in the way. Each partner in the project honors the talents and abilities of the other, and knows how to complete the piece of puzzle that belongs to them. In working well with others, a sense of community is achieved and unity ensues. If beaver has appeared in your spread, it may be time to put your ideas into action or to complete some project that has been neglected. The beaver card could also be asking you to settle differences with fellow workers and friends. Beaver tells you to look for alternative solutions to life's challenges and to protect the creations which you put your love and energy into. So as I was reading this, I got two very, very strong hits. One is, by letting go of the shadow attributes of the Messiah, the gossip, and the fool, and the shadow attribute of the teacher, and being our most authentic self, it's easily alignable to community and to partnerships and teamwork. That was one thing that very strongly I was feeling, that aspect of calling in the beaver to help you to release the shadow sides so that you can move to the light attributes in that way. The other thing I was getting very strongly is, do you do self-protection? There are lower vibrational beings and energies. Do you protect yourself? Are you on the other end of this spectrum? How you have more light attributes than the shadow, but you can easily be manipulated, taken advantage of, attacked by another who lives in the shadow attribute. And if you don't know how to do protection, I did do a video just recently on examples of how you can protect yourself, how you can create a protective field. It's important that we all use our protective fields, especially in these turbulent times, to have that energy protection and also to call in those angels, guardian angels, guides that help us, even our ancestors. And being Halloween, this is a perfect time for our ancestors to come in and show us that they are there, that they are supporting us. Watch out for signs that someone who's passed on, who loves you very dearly, is trying to let you know that they're there, they're supporting you, and they're helping you, and they're helping to guide you. And the last one is 16, the Raven. The Raven. Black as pitch, mystical as moon. Speak to me of magic. I will fly with you soon. Throughout time, the raven has carried the medicine of magic. This has been true in many cultures across the planet. It is sacred in the medicine way to honor raven as a bringer of magic. If the magic is bad medicine, the carrier may be honored out of fear rather than out of respect. Those who fear raven may do so because they have been dabbling in areas in which they had no knowledge, and a spell may have backfired on them. Rather than analyzing the dark side of sorcery, realize that you will fear raven only if you need to learn about the inner fears or self-created demons. Raven magic is a powerful medicine that can give you the courage to enter the darkness of the void, which is the home of all that is not yet in form. The void is called the Great Mystery. The Great Mystery exists before all other things came into being. Great Spirit lives inside the void and emerges from the Great Mystery. Raven is the messenger of the void. If raven appears in your spread, you are about to experience a change in consciousness. This may involve walking inside the Great Mystery on another path at the edge of time. It would portend to a signal brought by the raven that says, "You have earned the right to see and experience a little more of life's magic." Raven's color is the color of the void, the black hole in space that holds all the energy of the creative source. In native teachings, the color black means many things, but it does not mean evil. Black can mean the seeking of answers, the void, or the road of the spiritual or non-spiritual. The blue black of raven contains an iridescence that speaks of the magic of darkness and a changeability of form and shape that brings an awakening in the process. I just want to speak to magic for a moment, because some people have ideas, belief systems that magic is a bad thing. And again, I've talked before about intention. Intention is huge. If someone is doing spells, if someone is doing some kind of a magical thing that is to control, manipulate, harm, or do anything to another being or animal or living thing of some kind, I would say yes, it is of the darkness, of the lower vibrational realm is a better way to put it. But magic in itself is not a bad thing. Law of attraction tells us that the energy we send out in our field, whether we're conscious of it or not, we attract like back to us. If our intentions are good, if we are heart-centered, we are sending out energy and vibrations, attracting back good things to us. That is magic. That is magical. People who are focusing on manifesting something in their life and they're doing affirmations, they're doing visualizations, they're doing meditation, they're doing maybe even group work to manifest higher things. That's magic. And that is not a lower vibrational thing. In fact, it is a higher vibrational thing. So keep in mind that you may have developed somewhere along the lines, those of you who hear the word magic or think of magic as being a negative thing, that someone has put in your mind that magic is bad. Or maybe you've experienced something that has brought lower vibrational things back to you by law of attraction because of intentions that were misguided. Okay, now I am feeling like we need some angel cards. So we're going to use the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Ralph Valentine. And what messages do you have for us on this Halloween as far as angelic guidance to assist us in knowing how to release our shadow attributes? Okay, I'm going to take that one and this one, and this whole other pile is way too many. And they will come back out if they need to. I don't think we need like 15 of them. Okay, do we have any more? Okay, that one flew out, and this one is sticking out. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. I believe this was the first one. Page of Air. I know this was the second one. King of Fire. And then we had Four of Air and the Lovers. Okay, Page of Air. The Page of Air. If it's a situation, you'll likely receive new information that represents a challenge or delays. The message may come from someone who speaks bluntly and without thoughtfulness, but don't take it personally. What's important is the message, not the messenger. Try not to judge. Try to just be in the flow of whatever comes. Okay, King of Fire. Oh, I didn't finish the other ones. I'm sorry. Page of Air. People. This could be a youth who's often intelligent, honest, and endlessly curious. A person who's analytical with a bright intellect and who can reveal truth behind situations. Fair, logical, unemotional, and impulsive. Additional meanings: a new challenge, a contract or agreement, constructive criticism, legal matters, and gossip. Okay, and then on to King of Air, or Fire. Situation: focus, 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 and full steam ahead. devote your energy and time to the task at hand. You're in a position of leadership, and you inspire others with enthusiasm. You may also receive advice from someone who excels as creative solutions. For people, a natural born leader with great charisma, charm, and flair. Often the head of a business or organization that allows him or her to be innovative and accomplish great things. Creative, idealistic, ambitious, influential, motivational, professional, and theatrical. Additional meanings: an entrepreneurial venture, speaking in front of a group, the courage of one's convictions, making a difference. That very much feels like it's in alignment with being that authentic teacher, showing others how to be in the world and being a leader. That's what being a leader truly is. Showing by example. And I'll show you the card. Looks like she's flying on a dragon. Okay, and then we have 4 of air. And air is back here. 4 of air. It's time to rest, take a vacation, or just create time to regroup and rejuvenate. Retreat from the world and any stress or concerns. If you've been ill, focus upon healing and don't rush back into action. You need some time alone. This situation requires significant reflection on your part. Meditation may provide the answers you seek if you've exhausted all intellectual possibilities for a solution. Additional meanings: the need to get more sleep, allowing more time before making a choice to end a stressful period, feeling mentally exhausted. We are going through huge transformational processes. I don't know a lot about astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but I know a little bit. And I know that we are ending a 20-year cycle, as well as a lot of smaller year cycles, all at the same time to start a whole new 20-year cycle. We have a couple eclipses coming up, one in November, one in December. Pluto plays a really big part right now, I know, in all of this transformational stuff. Pluto is a very slow moving planet, very powerful. So it feels to me like overall it's important to be rested and to take care of ourselves really well, and to meditate and ask for guidance in moving through this process, because it's a they want me to say ever unfolding process, and it is an ever unfolding process, but I don't want to make it sound like it's never going to end. It's going to be intense for a little while, let's put it this way. And being rested and paying attention to our guidance systems, listening to our bodies, listening to our emotions, will help us to make the best decisions so that we can start this new 20-year cycle in the most positive way for us to reach our highest potentials. Okay, and then we have the Lovers. The Lovers is number 6, right after Unity. Okay, this card signals that a significant relationship is on your mind. It may be romantic in nature, or it may be an intimate but platonic friendship. Communication is key now, and it is important to develop trust within the relationship. You can safely share your feelings with someone close to you. It's also time to make an important decision about your life. What did I just say? The conclusions you reach now greatly influence your future. Yes. So it's important to weigh your options carefully. Make sure your choices are thoroughly considered and that you're able to act upon them. Additional meanings: the need for balance, a return to good health, marriage and weddings. Archangel Raphael, in addition to being an angel of health and travel, is the patron of soulmates. Raphael can help significant relationships, including those romance, friendships, business, and family. He can also help to manifest the soulmate partnership of your dreams. Archangel Samuel also is a good archangel to call upon for relationships. So we talked earlier about teamwork, community, being with others. So if this isn't for you about a romantic relationship, look at where it's important for you to come into union with your soul tribe, your people that are like-minded, who support each other, who help move in the most positive direction for the direction that the earth and the planet, Mother Gaia, is moving into. So that as we move to and through ascension, through that process, we are aligning not only with our own souls, but those souls who all together in union help us reach our highest potentials. Okay, that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful Halloween. Look for the thinning of the veils, for potentials for your loved ones to bring you messages. I'm just going to share something really quick. One time, it wasn't Halloween, but a way that one of my sisters and I knew that our father was coming through. She had a clock that was his, and I want to say we were talking about him, remembering some things, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, this clock that had not even been functioning dinged. And we just looked at each other and we both knew. We both knew without a doubt that our dad was listening and sending us love. So look for those kind of things in your life. Where is it your loved ones are trying to show you the way, are trying to show you their support, are trying to show you their love, and trying to show you the value in you? Happy Halloween. Please know that I do not use any other social media sites, and I will never initiate contact with you. The only way that you can reach me is via email. In the description box, you will find information that explains the services I offer. I would appreciate it if you would help me to get my channel out there more for other people to see by a like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.